quotes. All amounts quoted on this website and in any communication issued in response to an order submitted by you including the purchase confirmation are to be paid in euro. The price of any products, unless a specific quote is given by AAAShop or an error is identified in the order acknowledgement or purchase confirmation, is as quoted in this website from time to time, except in cases of obvious error. AAAShop reserves the right to increase its quoted prices for products made to your specifications, with non-standard specifications or clearly personalized for you. Any quotation is valid on its date of issue only and can be revoked by AAAShop at any time. Any quotation is given by AAAShop on the basis that no contract comes into existence except in accordance with Clause 6. The prices for the products include VAT but exclude delivery costs, which will be added to the total amount due and payable by you as set out in our delivery guide. Catalogs, price lists and other advertising literature or material used by AAAShop are intended only as an indication as to the price and range of the products offered, and no prices, descriptions or other particulars contained in them are binding on AAAShop. Prices and delivery charges are liable to change or variation at any time in accordance with Clause 21, but changes will not affect orders in respect of which we have already sent you a purchase confirmation. This website contains a large number of products and it is always possible that, despite AAAShop's efforts, some of the products listed on this website may be incorrectly priced. If a product's correct price is higher than the price stated on our website or quoted to you, AAAShop normally, at its discretion, either contacts you for instructions before dispatching the product, or rejects your order and notifies you of such rejection. AAAShop is under no obligation to provide the product to you at the incorrect lower price, even after it has sent you a purchase confirmation, if the pricing error is obvious and unmistakable and could have reasonably been recognized by you as a mispricing. You will pay to AAAShop in euro and in full the price including delivery charges and VAT, if applicable, in consideration of the supply of the products pursuant to this agreement and a contract without any abatement, deduction, withholding, counterclaim or set-off. No payment is deemed to have been received until AAAShop has received cleared funds. Payment for all products must, subject to Clause 14.3, be made by credit or debit card in advance via the website or the customer call center. AAAShop will not charge your credit or debit card until we accept your order, although we may confirm with your card provider that you have sufficient funds set aside for the purchase before accepting your order. Businesses and public bodies only are entitled to apply for a credit account. AAAShop may, at its absolute discretion, approve or reject an application for a credit account and may, at its absolute discretion, terminate or suspend an approved credit account from time to time. AAAShop reserves the right to require any applicant for a credit account to provide whatever information AAAShop requires in connection with the approval process, including a credit history and referees who may be contacted by AAAShop. Payment for all products under an approved credit account must be made within the period stated in the invoice, which, in all cases, will be no more than 10 days from the date of issue of the invoice and by whatever method, if any, required by AAAShop. Time for payment is of the essence. If you do not pay the full price including delivery charges by the due date in cleared funds, AAAShop is entitled to stop delivery of the products and charge you daily interest both before and after judgment on the outstanding balance at a rate of 4% above the European Central Bank's main refinancing operations rate from time to time from the date the payment was first due and owing. If any payment from you is overdue, AAAShop is entitled, without prejudice to any other right or remedy, to suspend all further deliveries or supplies of products under any contract without notice. AAAShop reserves the right at its absolute discretion to require payment prior to delivery or to alter the terms of payment from time to time. All payments payable under any contract become immediately due upon its termination despite any other provision. Party IP and IP exports. Each contract is discharged by performance by AAAShop. AAAShop may terminate this agreement and/or any contract or any part of a contract immediately by notice in writing to you if a. You fail to pay in full any sum due by the required date. b. You breach any term or condition of this agreement whether repudiatory or not which is incapable of remedy or which, if capable of remedy, is not remedied within 7 days of AAAShop writing to you and asking you to remedy the breach. c. Any authorization, contract, consent or license required by AAAShop or necessary to supply the products is terminated or revoked or cannot be obtained. d. AAAShop is expressly entitled to do so under another term of this agreement. e. If you are contracting as a consumer, you become bankrupt or die. f. You cease or threaten to cease to trade. g. You encumber or in any way charge any of the products in a manner inconsistent with AAAShop's rights under Clause 13. h. You have a petition presented for your winding up. A liquidator appointed to you or a receiver or an examiner appointed to you or over part or all of your assets. You enter into a composition with your creditors save for the purposes of a bona fide reconstruction or amalgamation. You are unable to pay its debts as they fall due. And/or you suffer any event similar to the foregoing in any other jurisdiction and/or I. You breach or are reasonably suspected by AAAShop as having breached Irish, European, U.S. and/or other applicable export control laws, each and all of which are termination events. You may terminate this agreement and/or any contract or any part of a contract immediately by notice in writing if any of the circumstances described in Clause 16.1h applies to AAAShop. You must pay all sums due and owing to AAAShop in respect of a contract which has expired or terminated, immediately upon such expiration or termination. The termination or expiration of any contract or part of a contract does not affect your obligation to pay for remaining products to be supplied by AAAShop to you under another contract or the remaining part of a contract. Except as expressly stated in this agreement, on any expiration or termination for whatever reason of a contract, all rights and obligations of either party in respect of each other pursuant to the contract immediately end. The accrued rights and remedies of the parties as at termination or expiration of a contract or this agreement, or the continuation or commencement after such termination or expiration of any provision expressly stated to survive or implicitly surviving termination or expiration will not be affected or prejudiced by the termination or expiration of any contract or the agreement. AAAShop does not own the intellectual property in any products including any software in them manufactured by third parties which AAAShop resells and, as a result, AAAShop only transfers to you a license to use such intellectual property to the extent that it has the power to do so and, subject to the terms of this agreement, without any representation and/or warranty from AAAShop in relation to the validity of such intellectual property or the manufacturer's right to such intellectual property. You agree to comply with and adhere to the terms of any applicable license of a third-party manufacturer or software licensor in respect of any intellectual property comprised in the products and not to use such intellectual property for any purpose other than the intended and licensed purpose. If you do not agree to the terms of any applicable license of a third-party manufacturer or software licensor relating to intellectual property comprised in the products, you must not accept that license and should immediately return the relevant product to AAAShop at your sole cost and risk. Any products returned in this way will be dealt with in accordance with Clause 8 and/or 17, as applicable. Products which include technology and/or software may be subject to EU and US export control laws as well as the laws of the country where it is delivered or used which you are required to abide by. Under these laws, product may not be sold, leased or transferred to restricted end users or countries,